Hi, welcome to this webinar. I'm here joined by Toby and by Ben, and we're really just so grateful that you are here. This is about Healy and how we've integrated it into the fitness industry and how we're a part of a phenomenal time where we're enabled to biohack the fitness industry through using this amazing, phenomenal product that each of us have used personally and now integrating into our businesses. So you would have already watched the webinar on what Healy is, how it works on a vibrational frequency. Today we're going to go deeper into how it really integrates so well into the fitness industry, of how you are at the forefront of a business opportunity that providing this for your clients, providing this for your gyms, providing this for not only your life personally, of how you can biohack fitness in quite a phenomenal way. We know that science now proves that everything in the universe is made up of energy, including us. And this is not just a theory anymore. This is backed by science, that in our industry, we're about proof and science, but now we're seeing these phenomenal testimonies and results in our clients' lives. And that's what we are all about here at Healy. I would like to just take this time to say this medical disclaimer that Healy is a medical device for the treatment of chronic pain, fibromyalgia, skeletal pain, depression, supporting treatment for mental illnesses such as depression, anxiety, and related applications of conventional medicine due to a lack of evidence in conventional medicine.
So the human body is comprised of 9 main systems. And we know that obviously tissues and organs make up those systems, but what makes up the tissues and organs? And that's cells. Molecules make up the cells, atoms make up the molecules, and subatomic particles make up the atoms. But on the core level of everything, it's all energy. And it's that energy that holds the vibration and frequencies that we're talking about. So it's that energy that enables Healy to work on all dimensions of our health and existence. So there's the physical, there's fitness and skin programs, mental and emotional, there's a feel-good program, mental stress program. And that's really helped me when I feel anxious. There's our learning programs, our meridians, our chakras, our bioenergetic field. So this is what really makes Healy so congruent with fitness and such a key tool to integrate into any fitness business. You're not only able to utilize the benefits it provides on the physical body, but you can also support the mind and the soul at the same time. And balancing all 3 of those is such an integral part of achieving big results. And it's something that's so overlooked in such an aesthetically dominated industry. Yeah, so Healy does a lot of the guesswork for you, so you can really optimize your clients' training.
So I'm going to chat a little bit about what we already know within the fitness industry, what we see that happens in the human body when we step out of harmony, when we enable an environment so we know that DNA responds to its environment. So if we're to enable restoration and rebalance and harmony and strength and ultimate capacity of the body, I'm passionate about, we have a client in front of us, how can we enable them to activate their ultimate capacity, their best life, their best feeling of vitality? We know when we guide people on a weight loss journey, or we guide people on how to achieve that ultimate prime fitness in their body, what happens not only on an emotional level, but a physical level, but also now a spiritual level with enabling Healy. And when we're looking at the cells in the body and the way Healy will work, is that we see that when there's disharmony or a disruption of the cell-brain voltage, that's when cell death occurs. So that's where, when we have a normal cell, we have that minus 70 millivolts. But if something comes into the field, whether it's food or stress or disharmony in the body in any way, it causes it to go into a stress of that cell. So what Healy does is it enables that vibrational energy and frequency to come in and activate the cell for it to be positively geared. So we know all about ATP, we know about how that's providing energy around the body. So what Healy does is it enables us to guide our clients into how to enable that communication that goes on in the body on an energetic realm. And it does it without us even thinking about it. So it's working on a subconscious plane, but also just the place where we can have our client have this device in their own comfort of their own home. So whilst you're training them and they are in the gyms and they're in your training sessions, you're able to work with them in a way that guides the journey for them. And science is activating a lot of what we've always wanted to do, but it's taking us to a whole new level. So we'll chat about the programs that we have here. Now, we know there's lots of programs available, but just coming in on the fitness, the job, sleep, and the local stimulation. So do you want to chat about these, Ben?
Yep. So I'll chat. The first one's the fitness, but I'll go into a bit more detail on that in a second. The job and the sleep. So there's a lot of cool programs in there, but I think the ones that directly support fitness are going to be your fatigue program. So that's intended to reduce stress hormones from causing fatigue. There's the exhaustion system, and that's designed to just relieve any feelings of exhaustion. There's the sleep system, and that's sort of optimizing your change into the delta state, so into your deep sleep. There's bed rest, and that's the promotion of your parasympathetic functions, so promoting relaxing and recovery. My favorite one, that's the balanced sleep. So that balances your deep sleep. So for me, I don't generally have a problem getting to sleep, but I often find that I wake up a couple of times during the night. And since I started using this program, my sleep has just been incredible. I'm sleeping the whole way through the morning and just generally waking up feeling amazing the next day. So yeah, that's been pretty awesome. The local stimulation has got a couple in there. So there's the first one is it's a pain one. So if you're feeling any pain in the body, this is just a good program for general pain relief. And then there's the pain locally. So that's more, you're gonna put on adhesive pads, and that's gonna be for more localized pain. So if you've got a sore back, you'll put it on the area that's sore, and you'll use it to target that area. And then there's a similar one to the local pain, which is the joints. So again, you use the pads, but this one's more specific to the joints. Yeah, so I'll go over the breakdown of the fitness program. So yeah, so there's a few cool programs in here. There's performance, and that's the energetic balancing that supports your desire to excel. Stamina, the bioenergetic optimization for the capacity of endurance. There's muscle, which is the bioenergetic support for recovery. Circulation, bioenergetic support for demands of exercise. Strength, the bioenergetic support for musculoskeletal system. Regeneration, the bioenergetic stimulation of vitality. Deep relaxation, the bioenergetic optimization of the relaxation phase. Weight, the bioenergetic support for the body's energy balance. But there's 3 programs in here that I alternate regularly and I really love. So that is the deep relaxation. So I use that on my rest days. I use it when I'm doing yoga and stretching, and I just find I'm a lot less tense and more zen. So yeah, I think my practice has really improved from that. But also I like using it for foam rolling and spiky ball rolling. So I just, again, you're less tense. So I just feel like you can get like really deep into the fascia. The other 2 are, I alternate on training days. So that's muscle and regeneration. And I usually use them paired with the release program for the gold cycles. And they've been a game changer for my training. My recovery times have been shorter. My DOMs have been less severe, and honestly, I just generally feel bulletproof the next day. Yeah. So that's it for the fitness programs. But in addition to the fitness programs, there's a whole board of other programs that can support your results. There's mental balance programs, there's hormone balancing programs, which is really important. There's metabolism programs, lung and respiratory programs. Pretty much anything you can think of that you want to support your life of, it's probably in that board. Yeah. So next, I'm going to introduce our fellow Healy advocate. His name is Toby Yeo, and he's from Adelaide, Australia. Toby owns his own company called Nuclear Juice. He's a fitness competitor. He's won multiple titles in the ICN Adelaide Classic. He's a personal trainer. He's a lifestyle coach. He's a biohacker. He's a co-founder of Adelaide Breathing Crew, and he's a co-founder of Truth and Tribe. So today he's going to share his experience with Healy and how he incorporates it into his life. So I'll pass it over to you, Toby.
Awesome. Thanks, Ben. Thanks, Kelly, for having me. It's good to be here and speak about this stuff. But yeah, I'll start with first the physical aspect of things, as that's where I actually got into the journey of this. I was like just full on, basically just into training, all the physical aesthetics, trying to win competitions and just push my body as much as possible. Yeah, that's the whole reason why I got the Healy in the first place, was just to optimize my fitness. So like recovery, performance in the gym, and all that stuff. So first when I got it, I was just tracking it. I was using like the muscle programs to like see how far I recover faster, deep relaxation as just to wind down at night. And like that was just the physical things was what brought me in. Because like I was just a PT before, but like when I got the Healy and I started just asking like my clients if I could just run 20 minutes with them, I would just say sit down, breathe with me, and I would hook them with the Healy, and I'd run the scan, the aura scan, and I would just interpret it myself, what I read from there, how their chakras were going, and then I would like do like the resonance analysis and say, all right, this is coming up. Could this be any reason why it's coming up? And like they love it. It was like breaking down the door and like full on like becoming their friend, straight into like the deep stuff. But I found like that was like the beginning of just something so much bigger. It helped me identify all the other energetic things. And before this, it was all like woo woo to me. If someone said like energy, I'd be like, yeah, right, man, whatever. But like, once I got the Healy and I started like running like the aura scans of myself and looking into it, I realized, shit, man, there's like imbalances within like my body, and that's probably why I haven't been performing as well as possible, haven't been like connecting with like other people and myself as much. So it really just like started identifying all these like parts of my life where I was lacking in. And so like, number one, it would bring like to light what I need to work on. And then I could run like a program and actually go into it, and that would support me. And then I would actually go in my life and like fix things. Like, for example, probably the biggest one that I had was like my heart and like emotional center, the heart chakra, where I realized for about 2 years I didn't feel a single emotion. I was like a personal development like machine, like a robot. And that was good on the external level of things because it allowed me to like do very well in sports, fitness, and like in the external world, it allowed me to do really, really well. But like, when I got the Healy, it really identified and it brought to surface my mind. I was like, holy shit, you haven't cried in 2 years. You haven't felt love for anything or anyone in 2 years. And it gave me all this work to do. And so for the last about 2 or 3 months, it's been huge. I've been like doing a lot of heart opening, whether it's like cacao ceremonies or like running a heart chakra opener, or just things just to kind of open up. Because like I had a bit of trauma, well actually a lot of trauma 2 years ago, which is what stopped me from feeling. And I feel like, I'm not exactly sure what it was, but I feel like it was my body and my soul's way of protection. So instead of like feeling that hurt and that like deep loneliness, deep separation and pain, it was like no, you're going to be strong, build up this hard exterior. So everyone thinks that you're looking good from the outside. Everyone thinks that you have it together. Where like on the inside, I was weak, I was hurt, and I wasn't connected. But on the outside, it fooled me, it fooled anyone that I had my life together. And it's just been, these last few months has been like amazing with it. And I've just been like connecting with so many people. And last week on Monday, like this is the first time that I cried in 2 years. I was I'll just share it all here, man. But I was like lying outside in my backyard, and it was the second anniversary of my friend Alex Janko, where he took his life 2 years ago. And that's probably the last time that I actually ever did feel like that deep grief and just complete sadness. And I was like lying in my backyard, and I had the Healy on, and I was just lying in the sun, and I was just doing some breathing, and all of a sudden I just felt like this wave of emotion, which I hadn't felt for over 2 years. It just came over me. And it's like in the past I would have tried to hide that feeling when the tears were coming up, but this time I was like going into it. And that was just, I had like a good few minutes just lying in the backyard, just crying. And in the past, that would have been something I would have been so ashamed of, and I wouldn't talk about it. And the moment I felt that emotion coming up, I would like push it down. I feel like, now that I have this awareness of this, it's just something that's just so like new to me. And it's really exciting because it's helped me so much in this journey. And especially with fitness, like a lot of people think from the outside that fitness is just looking good, training, and all external, and just like doing, like masculine. But man, that's like the entry point. You do this stuff to like better yourself and to like inspire other people and to actually be healthy. But that's the entry point into the lifestyle. And the lifestyle is like, it's complete, it's whole, it's everything. It's the fitness, it's the emotional side, it's like the connection with other people, like finding your tribe. It's eating healthy food and actually doing things for your body that's good, as opposed to like just pumping pre-workouts, like smashing like as much food as you can to get as big as you can so you can win competitions. That may be like, that's the start of where like I went into, but it's become so much more. It's like this whole fitness, this lifestyle and life, it's become like everything to me. And it's something that's just like, I never thought it would be like this when I first started. I always just thought, physical, and you can achieve all these things. But those achievements, like once you get it, like they're good for a few minutes, but they fall away unless like you have something like a bit deeper. And I'm just really like, really thankful to be where I am now. And I feel like the Healy has been like an awesome tool to help me like uncover that. So I got the resonance model, like the top one, that to scan myself, and things that I couldn't pick up at the start, it would pick up for me. And it's helped me now become much more in tune. And even now, like I can feel like my intuition, I can feel like the guide within me, and I kind of know now more. But when I first started, like a few months ago, I had no idea. I would run a scan, I'd be like, oh shit, I had no idea that my throat chakra was low, all this stuff. But now it's almost like a tool, and then I can rely on it when I need to. But when I don't need to rely on it, I can just sit there in stillness and just breathe, do a muscle test, and really like check in with myself. That's kind of like where I'm at the moment. And really excited.
So exciting. Thank you so much for sharing. That was, you got me in tears. So beautiful. Thank you so much, Toby.
All right, so I'll share a couple of my personal experiences. I don't know if they're quite going to match up to Toby's, but I've had a couple of really, really transformative experiences. Also pretty involved in my personal fitness development and personal development. For a long time, bodybuilding with weights, but largely due to reoccurring injuries and recommendation from a physio, I changed to body weight only training a few months ago. 2017, I got patellar tendonitis in both knees. And that was basically from working out with a mate that I hadn't worked out with for 12 months or so, was trying to be tough and impress him, show him how strong I was. So I loaded up the squat rack. I wasn't wearing knee wraps, which I usually always used, and I just pushed myself past my limits and compromised my form. So yeah, since then, pain's just been an everyday part of my life and just generally worsened my quality of life. All squatting or running, anything high impact has been completely off the table. I've been in and out of physios, trying different methods, exercises to heal my knees, but I've been unsuccessful until about a month ago when I started using Healy religiously. It was actually pretty surreal. Like, I'd been running programs and there was no like immediate or gradual improvement or anything like that. It had been probably 2 weeks of running it religiously. It just sort of hit me one day, and I'm glad it was that day, because we'd just checked into some accommodation on a cliff top and there was just stairs upon stairs upon stairs. I started climbing a set of stairs and I was just like, okay, that's interesting. There's no pain. So I keep climbing. Yep, no pain. Being the skeptic in me, I was like, okay, this doesn't seem right. So the real test will be going down the stairs, because that's when I had the most pain. So I started walking down the stairs and there was just nothing, completely, not even a hint of pain. And I just had the biggest smile just appeared on my face, because it was such a foreign feeling. Yeah, like it literally felt like the world had been opened up to me again. And since then I've started boxing, because I haven't sort of been able to do anything that involves moving around much on my feet. It's just sort of all been upper body work since that happened. So yeah, I'm really, really excited for what that means now. I can start going on hikes again and all that sort of thing. But yeah, the other thing that has been really incredible for me is occasionally I get anxiety. I suffer from anxiety. I actually get prescribed diazepam from the doctors. It's definitely reduced. The severity is definitely reduced in the last year or so. But since I've had the Healy, I've experienced probably 2 or 3 bouts, like pretty decent bouts of anxiety. There's a mental balance program on there, and you put on the Eclipse electrodes. I was getting anxiety, and I put this on, and literally within 20 seconds, I just felt my whole state change. Like, it was incredible. Like, I was anxious, and then all of a sudden it was just like this wave of calm and chill just sort of washed over me. And that's I've had 100% success rate with that. With any time I've felt a little bit of anxiety, I've done that, and it's just been epic. So that's really, really cool for me, because as I'm sort of getting older, I want to be moving. I'm getting more aware of what I'm putting in my body. So pharmaceuticals, etc. I'm sort of want to minimize that as much as possible. And so yeah, I'm using the Healy for that now. So yeah, I'm loving it.
So great. That's so awesome, Ben. I have that many testimonies that we have heard in our community. And for me personally, being quite healthy and already, just the difference that I was subtly seeing. So it was running the resonance on what it would guide me to run each day. And we'd been to Tahiti. We actually spent a month and hired a private catamaran in Tahiti, diving every day for a month. The day before I flew out to Tahiti, I was introduced to Healy. And I bought it, and then I got on an aeroplane. So when I got back from Tahiti, I had Healy there. And so I started running the programs. Several weeks later, my husband and I went free diving out at Broughton Island near where we live. And we're ocean people. We're in the water, we're diving, we're surfers. That is just our lifestyle, is just water. And being in Tahiti for the month and doing a lot of free diving, you would think that my lung capacity would improve, but it just doesn't. It just stays the same. However, 2 weeks after being home and running Healy's daily, we went out free diving and I was like holding my breath for twice as long. And my husband's like, what's going on with you, Kel? Like, because we were spearfishing at the time. So loading the gun, doing everything quite physical, but being down for so much longer. And I didn't really at the time think, it was just like with Healy, it was just this subtle change. I thought my lung capacity hasn't improved. When training, I just noticed, like the other day, for example, skipping, I find I can only skip for a certain length. I was just skipping and skipping and skipping. I was still going. I'm like, how come I have so much endurance? And I, to be honest, haven't even been running the fitness programs. I've just been running what Healy would guide me in the day. So it might be anxiety. I'm the same as Ben. A lot of us in the community are highly functioning people, and we're driven for success. We're driven to drive. So sometimes anxiety goes along with that. And I have been putting them on, and I just go into a state of Zen pretty calmly and quickly. But also what I'm noticing is that I now don't have much anxiety. For me, it used to be a daily occurrence, and I've just learned to deal with it my whole life. I've had it since I was a teenager. And now I feel like with Healy, there's very few and far between moments now where I am experiencing the anxiety. So that for me is quite phenomenal, because I actually coach women with anxiety. I coach women how to balance their bodies quite naturally. So having Healy as a tool to offer is, it's just been quite phenomenal. We have a lot of testimonies. We actually have another webinar that is just pure testimonies. So if you're watching this today and you want to see that video, just ask whoever invited you here. We will also give you the link to that webinar as well. It's just been so lovely having Toby here with us today. And what we were just saying before is, and thank you, Ben, for your testimony also, is that our desire is to really attract like-minded people. Anyone you'll meet in the Healy community are all conscious entrepreneurs and are really desiring to bring harmony and raise the vibrational energy of the planet. That if we can make a positive impact in each human being's life, if we can see people experience things like what Toby has and what Ben has and what I have personally, just knowing that you're a part of something of people that are really desiring this heart space, that we're really desiring health and well-being from a capacity of, yes, it is a lucrative income. Yes, we do make a lot of money out of this, but our heart's desire is to really bring balance to not only our lives personally, but the clients we're working with. If you're a gym owner or if you're a fitness trainer, or just a person watching this thinking, I want to biohack my fitness, what you've now just seen today is that we can not only biohack your fitness, but we can also help on a soul and a spiritual level, which is pretty phenomenal. So if you've been invited to this webinar and it's just singing true to your heart, reach out to whoever invited you here today, and they will help guide the journey for you, that we are going to set you up for success, that our desire and our team is epic, that we all have these amazing zones of genius in marketing and PR and social selling and lifestyle branding and fitness, and for me, holistic health. And we have people in our team that are trained in epigenetics, and it's just a really amazing, exciting time and an amazing thing to be a part of. That I often pinch myself and think, is this really real? Have I really been given this opportunity? So we just thank you all for being here today. Thank you so much, Toby. Thank you, Ben. It's just quite a phenomenal time. And we really hope that you've enjoyed this webinar today.